Thank you to the Energy Futures Initiative and to my good friend, former Secretary Ernie Moniz, for this opportunity to welcome you to the workshop on bioenergy with carbon capture and storage. During this time, we're reminded of the importance of continuing to focus on the multiple benefits of decarbonizing our energy system and expanding our ability to meet our energy needs domestically. In the long run, we need to focus on investment and innovation to reduce our risks and improve our self-reliance. Investing in renewable energy generation in rural America benefits not only rural Americans, but all Americans by helping to address the climate crisis and creating energy independence. Biomass energy and bioproducts specifically offer opportunities for rural communities and can play an important role in our low carbon future. Now, as you look to the future of biomass energy in the U.S., we see bioenergy with carbon capture and storage, or BECCS, B-E-C-C-S, in that future. BECCS technologies offer the promise of carbon-negative energy sources, and that promise can help to ensure a strong future for the biofuels and sustainable biomass industries. Ones that support stability in rural income, increased jobs in rural areas, and benefits to the climate and to the environment. Now, to be sure, there's still work to do in this space, and to fully realize the promise of BECCS, we need further exploration into environmental justice concerns and to ensure that the relevant feedstocks are produced sustainably. BECCS technologies must also show their carbon accounting is sound and that they are technologically proven and economically sound investments. Conventional bioethanol facilities are a good place to start. Bioethanol is a cost-effective source of industrial CO2. 1/3 of bioethanol plants already capture CO2 for industrial uses. Now, there's one plant in Illinois that is capturing and storing 1 million tons of CO2 per year. And last September, USDA announced a $25 million loan under the Rural Energy for America program to Red Trail Energy to support the construction of a carbon capture processing and storage facility at the company's bioethanol plant in North Dakota. The BECCS project is expected to reduce the carbon intensity score of bioethanol produced at the Red Trail Energy plant up to 40 to 50%. And enable the company to sell its fuel into the low carbon fuel standard market. Partnering with conventional bioethanol facilities can lower costs and allow the industry to test other elements of BECCS systems at scale. Now, through this approach, we're starting with the most viable investments, building them up and learning from them so we can further expand opportunity. There are also opportunities for agriculture to be a source of renewable natural gas. We have seen an increase in the installation of livestock digesters by over 40% since 2018. Overall, livestock digesters are reducing greenhouse gas emissions by about 7 million tons of CO2 per year. Let me put this work into a broader context of USDA's climate change efforts. We know that agriculture, forestry, and rural America are uniquely affected by a warming climate, but they are also uniquely positioned to be a meaningful part of the solution to the problem. With the right policies and incentives, climate-smart agricultural forestry and rural clean energy solutions will create new revenue opportunities for producers and strengthen rural communities. Under the Biden-Harris administration, USDA has embarked upon a department-wide effort to enact climate-smart agriculture, forestry, and rural clean energy policies that are voluntary, flexible, and led by producers. We know that policies that work for farmers and get adopted will benefit the climate. And all along the way, we're ensuring that science and rigorous monitoring underpins everything we're doing, and that historically underserved communities and small and medium-sized farms are able to participate, benefit, and prosper in this important department-wide effort. To that end, we're looking very closely at how science-based applications of bioenergy can contribute to this effort. Now, here are just a few examples of this work over the past year. In 2021, we invested more than $47 million in grants across 31 states to add almost 1 billion gallons of higher blend fuels to the market. This year, we'll be making an additional $100 million available in new grants for biofuels infrastructure. USDA is partnering with the Department of Transportation and the Department of Energy in the Sustainable Aviation Fuels Grand Challenge of supplying 35 billion gallons of sustainable aviation fuels to meet 100% of the demand by 2050. And through the new Partnerships for Climate-Smart Commodities, USDA is financing the steps necessary to create markets for climate-smart agricultural commodities that will provide new sources of revenue for producers. And through a wide range series of partner-led projects, we're looking to cover an inclusive and broad set of folks across agriculture, including opportunities in bioenergy. As long as the science is sound, that our policies are truly reducing emissions and sequestering carbon, as it is with bioenergy with carbon capture and storage, then we need to look at every available option. That's why what you are all discussing today is so important. And we can agree a robust bioeconomy will increase demand for sustainable agriculture and forestry feedstocks, and will enable new markets, establishing new domestic supply chains and creating more jobs and economic opportunity for the United States, especially in rural and farm communities. We need to continue to put our best foot forward and continue to advance viable efforts. This means listening to the concerns of the affected communities and working with them to design approaches that meet community needs and provide local benefits. Now, you have our commitment to do this at USDA, and I look forward to hearing more about the recommendations you will make during this event. Thank you again for engaging in this important endeavor and for supporting our rural communities as we seek to make progress on climate change and create a sustainable energy future together.